Well, hello there everyone, and welcome to today's video where I'm doing a deep dive into the trailer of TomoDachi Life, living the dream and its biggest secrets and Easter eggs, and just having a big insight to what's going on within the TomoDachi universe. Let's dig deep, shall we, and start it off. So as you've just seen there, it starts off with a brief shot of some palm trees overlooking a bit of a beach and then a bit of ocean. That's where it begins. Let's move on then to the next frame of what happens next. The next shot then overlooks a character chilling on the beach, and then they just let out a brief little toot. Nothing wrong with that, just some random person chilling on a beach. So that's what's next in the frame. So let's move on to the next shot.
I'm a bubble. Tornadoes are Hanji plus than yesterday.
We then move along to a shot of a few characters having a little conversation, whilst another character is just minding their own business and having a quick little walk in the background. And then we move along to a shot of a group of characters just hanging out and doing something. I don't know exactly what activity that is specifically that they're doing, but it seems like they're just jumping around and having a laugh. And that seems pretty cool to me. Moving on to the next bit.
How refreshing.
So, next thing to break in is the fact that they're smelling flowers. Now, it seems like the noses of the characters are a lot more obvious in this TomoDachi compared to any other. So that's pretty much new. It seems like next in the sequence they're doing some form of dance battle. So they're battling off against each other, these characters. They seem to be enjoying it, it seems to be really cool, and in fact the actual motion of the characters' movements are so much smoother than they were in the 2014 version that we had on the 3DS, so that's a really, really good change to the actual characters' movements as well, for the animation sequences. So yeah, it seems like they're having a lot of fun doing these dance battles. Let's see what's in next for the next sequence. So for this specific sequence, these two characters are definitely up to no good and are having a giant fight, throwing random different objects at each other. We have seen this before in TomoDachi Life anyway in the 2014 version when they did some of the fight sequences in the apartments. So it's nice to see that come back, and it seems like the throwing motion seems to be a little quicker as well. So some paces of like movements as well have changed as well. I kind of mentioned some of the movements with the dancing sequence, but it's kind of more available that the motions are a little bit faster. Moving on then to the next sequence, it seems like one of the characters in these sequences is having an exercise, whilst the other is just walking around, and then there's another one just sitting there daydreaming on a bench. So pretty cool terms, right? Let's see what's next. Next in the sequence we have a bit of an overview of the map. We have some of the shots of the shops in there. We have a normal supermarket sort of store where they can all buy their foods and drinks. They also have a cafe. They have the clothes shop back. They have the renovation shop back as well, which was the bit where they were able to customize the inside of their houses. As well in here there's a new shop sort of thing, which I feel like could be just more for the actual standard group. And it seems like this standard thing is basically where it's going to be almost laid out. It's like a game sort of setup, but yeah, it's pretty cool to have these more customizable things. But one of these buildings I think is just for the player alone, and how they can maybe customize the way they want to have their island laid out It seems like that's definitely going to be likely anyway, so that's going to be good.
TomoDachi life, living the dream.
Then we move along to the next sequence, which is a title sequence, where also in the background we have some of the characters walking around and some of the other activities that we saw prior occurring. Obviously, it's quite hard to see because obviously it's a higher up shot of the entire map, as well as like some characters are walking around some of the shops as well. And there seems to be an awful lot going on there in that sequence. But now we're going to move on to the final sequence in the trailer.
Did you want to talk?
Aw. Glad that was only a dream.
So the final sequence in the trailer is of a character seeing a supreme giant of a character, which was the character that was exercising in one of the scenes prior. They ran up and were like, "Do you want to talk?" Then they wake up from this daydream while sitting on the bench. It's the character that was daydreaming on the bench in one of the other sequences. They say glad it was only a dream. But there's one thing I noticed in that dream sequence. The characters now have ears. The Miis have ears. Yes, you heard me correctly. I can't believe it. They've actually gave Miis ears, which is something they've never done in Mii history, ever. Nor in Nintendo history, either. In the history of the Miis and Nintendo, no Miis have ever had ears until now. In TomoDachi life, living the dream. I can't believe it. But yeah, that's one big thing I did notice as well. So, yeah. That's the actual full breakdown of the trailer. That concludes the breakdown of the trailer. Hopefully you enjoyed that little breakdown. Join the channel for some more TomoDachi Life Living the Dream news as things start to develop further. Later on within the year, I'll be doing another video for this game a little later on in time, and I'm going to be talking about things I expect to potentially see, some of the things that might happen in the game, like in the way that we control things and do things and stuff. Bit of a theorize of like gameplay and how the gameplay will work for this one. But yeah, can't wait for TomoDachi Life Living the Dream to release next year in 2026. I'm so looking forward to it, but stay tuned because I will be doing a lot more coverage for this game as time goes on. See you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.